Hey, what's up, guys? We are back again with a deck that will always be strong in Clash Royale. And you can't say that about anything, but 2.6 HOG has stayed alive for 4 years as one of the best decks for pro players. Pros have been playing this forever because as long as you can keep your musketeer alive, your opponent will not be able to break through. And then because you have a quick cycle of 2.6 elixir, you're able to find your way through with HOG Raiders, outcycling your opponent's Mega Knights, P.E.K.K.A.s, buildings, you name it, you're going to be able to break through it. And when you hit double or triple elixir, you can quickly finish off the game with Fireball and Log Cycle and just walk on to the next one. Let's go jump straight some games and assert dominance. I upload daily videos on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss out. And a huge thanks to everyone that's using creator code SIRTAG, supporting the channel and making the videos possible. Hey, so jumping into this one, we're immediately going to rush through with the HOG Raider. Maybe we're able to bypass the tombstone too. Beautiful start to the game. That's what we love to see. HOG Raider is hammering through with 3 hits, I presume. Oh, beautiful. So we're currently up 1,000 damage. We exhaust our opponent's musketeer and tombstone, so that's going to be a 7 elixir defense into a HOG Rider and Ice Spirit. So we're up 2 elixir and we're up 1,000 damage right at the start of the game. If you've got HOG Rider, that's one of the main reasons that you should cycle it at the start. If your opponent doesn't have a building in cycle, you can get a tremendous amount of damage. Also, if they misplace their building just a slight tile off the wrong side, you're able to get a lot of value from that too. Okay, so usually against people that are running Lumberjack Balloon, what I have found the most success doing is trying to kite the Lumberjack away so he doesn't rage at the balloon. If he raged at the balloon there, he would have gotten an extra hit on my tower, but specifically because we Ice Golem kited the other side, the rage did not touch the balloon and it didn't touch the tower. So we're able to get a lot more value from that, and as a result, we defend relatively cleanly. I'm going to go in for Skeletons and a Loggerino, and that's going to be able to shut down the Valkyrie too. So great start to this game, and I'm showing you guys why I love 2.6 HOG Rider. I'm sure you guys already know that it is one of the best decks in the game, one played professionally. And even by me, you know, I get better every single time that I play it. So you don't have to be a pro player to play this deck and feel solid playing it. All the cards are relatively easy to level up. They've been in the game forever. So if you've started playing the game and you've been playing it for a couple years now, you probably just got a lot of these cards already at a decent level. They're not like a Golden Knight. They're not like, you know, the Mother Witch, a card that you haven't leveled up at all. So I'm going to go in for a Musketeer here. His Muskie should die to my Skeletons. He was going to one-tap the cannon anyway, so it doesn't really matter what HP it's at. Still an awkward position to be in. Like, whenever you play against Balloon, that's one of the most common things that people are like, what am I supposed to do against Balloon? The number one thing that I like to do against Balloon is go in for a Fireball if I don't have anything else, and that's able to fully shut down all the Balloon damage besides the death damage on my tower. Alternatively, you can go for the cannon and a musketeer, and that works out relatively well as well. Wow, that hit nothing. That simply hit Skeletons. Are you kidding me right now? Out of all the things that you could have hit in Clash Royale, man, you could have hit the tower, you could have hit the witch, but you just decided to, you know, not give me any value at all. That's insane. So I'm gonna have to Fireball out here, and I think that we're fine if I hit the Fireball correctly, making sure that we bounce back the balloon, minimize the damage, Skeletons on top of the Electro Wizard, and follow up with a HOG Rider on the other side. So we're able to afford all that damage in the right-hand lane simply because we've already taken so much in the left-hand side. Probably pretty awkward for you guys to hear that. Like, why would you eat that amount of damage, Jake? You're just giving me that. But, I mean, in this type of position, you're allowed to because 1,600 damage is going to be a 1-0 victory, whether we win or lose. We definitely walk away with a win. All right, so jumping into this one, we're going to go in for Skeletons in the back, and this guy's going to go in for the Wall Breakers. So that 2 elixir investment is really annoying. If I have to drop elixir in both lanes or drop like a 4 elixir musketeer in the middle for a 2 elixir investment for you, that is skyrocketing in value, sir. So well played to our opponent. Wait, can I go for a cannon and then activate King Tower with an Ice Spear? I think that's totally the vibe. You guys haven't done this. It is the vibe. It is the strategy. It is the maneuver. So I'm going to go and activate King Tower with that Mega Knight, and then I'm going to log on top of the Dark Goblin. Only thing that's bad for me is the fact that I had to eat some damage in the process. I'm going to Fireball on top of everything here, but I'm not able to hit the Goblin, so I guess it's not everything, guys. I said it was everything, and I missed 2 Gary the Goblins. Gary the Goblin said, Jake, you will not forget me. I'm going to slap your Musketeer and your tower. So at this point in the game, you guys already see that if you're playing 2.6 HOG Rider, it's pretty easy to activate King Tower against Mega Knight because you've got Skeletons, you've got Ice Spirit, you got Cannon plus Ice Spirit. There's a whole bunch of different combinations. Whatever flavor of ice cream you want, you got the Ice Spirit, you've got the Skeletons, you've got it all. Oh my gosh, is he just going to keep Mega Knighting me every single time? Guys, he's really testing me out here. So this time I think it might be better for me to try to defend it. I haven't done this before with like a cannon. But I think it's better for me to log on top of the Dark Goblin as well. Make sure that we minimize the amount of value that he gets from the Mega Knight. It's going to jump onto the cannon instead of my tower, so I won't have to drop an Ice Spirit. But if it was looking like it was going to jump on my tower, that'd be a different story. So in single elixir, when your opponent doesn't have Mega Knight and Cycle, it's imperative that you take advantage of that and go in for Hog Riders whenever you can. That is one lesson that I have learned, and we're trying to get damage that way. I wonder if I overcommitted or not. I did get some value with the Fireball, getting some damage on the tower, but like, I don't know. At the same time, I think the Dark Prince coming at me full HP is pretty scary. So I'm going to have to go for Skeletons here. It will kill the Dark Prince, and I'm going to log on the Wall Breakers too. The bad thing is, me cycling that log makes sure that he has the availability of going in for the Goblin Drill, and I won't have a good answer to it. So, well played to our opponent. Wait, is that a Ram Rider plus Goblin Drill and Wall Breakers? How many win conditions can you fit in one deck, bro? I am asking for a friend because I do not understand. So I'm going to Ice Spirit here, and then I'm going to go in for one of these. If I can get an Ice Golem down and then Skeletons, we should be able to shut down the rest of his stuff. See, this is one of the hardest matchups I'll ever face today. There's no reason for this guy to have Ram Rider and a Goblin Drill and a Mega Knight all in the same deck. He just really hates 2.6 HOG Rider. He lost to it once, and he's like, never again. I will never lose to these shenanigans again, Jake. So if we Fireball, probably going to be an overextension. I'll go in for Skeletons, and I'll drop a whole bunch of other stuff that is cheap so I can get back to another Hog Rider maybe. That could be the better answer. Like, assume that he's not able to afford a Mega Knight right now. We can get a couple Hog Rider hits. Or, I guess we get a Goblin Draw out of our opponent. That's not the worst thing in the world either. I'm going to log on the Goblins. Maybe we're able to kill the Dark Prince here. And then we can follow up with a Musketeer, Ram Rider, counter with Cannon, Skeletons, Ice Golem. Just still really scuffed. Like, I hate playing against Dark Goblin just because it's so good at sniping things from the river. So, high probability that he's going to go in for a Mega Knight on top of the Musketeer, and that's fine. It is what it is. If you go for Bats, it's interesting. I did not expect that at all. I think we can get away with an Ice Spirit on this. I wonder if, because we've activated King Tower. Oh, it just didn't work. So, if you activate King Tower, you need to hit the Ice Spirit really close to your tower at the exact same time. So, slight mess up on my end. It is what it is. We're able to get the cannon down to finish off the Goblins, and maybe we're able to outpace him right now. Like, there's a chance that we can do that. I want to go in for a log and then go in for an Ice Golem so then the Mega Knight jumps onto the Ice Golem instead. Remember, he's got Ram Rider back in cycle, so I'm a little bit scared about that. Oh, wait, never mind. Why would you... Out of all the cards for you to cycle, that is literally the worst thing for you to do. Now the fact that you don't have Ram Rider is going to punish you real hard because we can Ice Spirit. I don't believe that the Ram Rider is going to be able to get a hit on my tower. And then we can go for an Ice Golem to keep the Musketeer alive. Oh, I'm going to have to Fireball and everything at once. This is really scuffed, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to make progress. You got to make big strides for humanity. And we're going to make it happen, baby. The Musketeer isn't going to be able to break through, but it does kill every single one of the Bats. That means that he's going to have to Mega Knight, and we do get a hit here. I'm going to log on top of that to finish it off. I definitely want to go in for another Musketeer here. Preemptively Cannon. Go in for a Ice Golem again.
Ready for round two.
Follow up with Skeletons, log on top of everything at once. Hopefully we can kill the Dark Goblin here, and then Mega Knight counter with a Hog Rider again. This is such a scuffed game, but the fact is, like, he's only going to have Mega Knight and Ram Rider right now. What if the Hog Rider gets a hit? And it does. With 26 seconds remaining, I think we might have this game on lock if I just play well enough. We're going to go for a Hog Rider at that exact moment. I'm going to log, hopefully be able to hit something else. If we're able to get a Fireball down, get these Skeletons as well so the Mega Knight doesn't jump on me, we're in a winning position at this point in the game. So I'm going to go for a Cannon. Oh, that is really bad at the same time. Like, I need to be able to kill that. I think we're going to be able to kill the Dark Prince. We're going to make sure that he's on defense, and we're going to walk away with the win against a Mega Knight Goblin Drill deck with a fact of the matter that he's got a Ram Rider too. So he had 3 of the best answers in Clash Royale, and it still wasn't enough to stop us. Winning games like that with 2.6 HOG Rider is the definition of allowing you to outplay any matchup. Jumping into this game against Mr. Mister, I'm stoked to be playing against such a prestigious player. What are you going to do? We catch your Dark Goblin by the nick of our teeth. I cannot believe that we got that, man. That was so scary. Dark Goblin coming at you, ready to assassinate your tower, and then the Skeletons getting inches away from me as well. We have just been playing with fire right now. I cannot believe we haven't gotten burned yet. I might be able to go in for a prediction log, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't. We would have hit Bats, which, you know, it doesn't do super well with a log, guys. Contrary to popular belief, if you drop a log on top of Bats, you're going to get no value.
That is true.
All right, I'm going to go for Cannon and Skeletons afterwards so we can shut down the Prince. And I'm going to log after. Oh, man, am I going to miss it? Oh, pain. Suffering. My existence. If your opponent gets a Goblin Barrel in the tower and it gets 200 damage after you drop the log, you just look at yourself and you're like, I'm a failure. I shouldn't have taken any of that damage there. I'm going to Ice Golem because we saw the Skeleton Army as his best answer to this. Wow, you're going to have Mega Knight and you're going to have Skeleton Army for my Hog Rider. So if I don't go for the Ice Golem with it, I am going to get shredded by a potential Skeleton Army. But if I do go in for the Ice Golem, it's more value for the Mega Knight. So kind of in a sticky situation if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. I try to activate King Tower with the Mega Knight. It's a very reliable tactic if you guys haven't done that before. I love doing it. It allows me to win against the most annoying decks in the game, which is everyone playing against Mega Knight. And if you guys are playing at mid-ladder, you're going to be playing against Mega Knight every single game. You need to learn that placement. Try that timing out. Even if I mess up and do some interactions incorrectly in a game, I will never mess up the Mega Knight pull. Because if I do, then I don't know how to play 2.6 Hog Rider correctly, and I can't play it on ladder, and I can't play it in grand challenges. So what are you going to do, man? Are you going to follow up with the Skeleton Army here? Are you just going to keep going up for Skeleton Armies at the river, and then maybe even Princess at the river? What you going to do? We're going to go and kite the Skeletons as much as possible, follow up with a Loggerino if we want. I can also go in for Musketeer in the back. Solidly shut down everything else with the cannon. If you want to cycle more stuff into our cannon and our Musketeer, it's all good. We can distract with Skellies. I can pre-log right now. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to hit the Princess, and I'm going to hit a Skeleton Army right now. I feel confident. No! Again, I go in for a log on top of Bats. Dude, what is up with me today? I just love hitting those Bats. I'm sorry, Bats. You deserve a better life. You deserve a little bit more love, and not in the form of a log that just doesn't appreciate you in the air. Okay, so this time, he is definitely going to have to go in for a Skeleton Army eventually, right? It has to happen.
Sort of.
Eventually, this man is going to go for the Skeleton Army. Oh my gosh. So another bad thing for me is the fact that I have to kind of save my cannon sometimes for him going in for the Royal Giant, right? Like, presumably, I would want to save my cannon for the Royal Giant. But in this type of moment, I can Fireball or get a Hog Rider hit and walk away with a win, so it doesn't matter. But usually, if they're able to bait out the cannon with the Mega Knight, then it gets really scary if they go in for Royal Giant on the other side. So I'm always going to keep up the aggression, so he's never able to afford the Royal Giant if he baits out my cannon. You know what? We walk with the W, so let's bounce on next one. All right, we got a game against Alexis. What is going on? I was going to say Alexis, but there's IUS, and that is definitely an interesting name that I've never seen before. I'm going to go in for a log and shut down whatever spam you drop on me. Are you not going to? You're taking all that damage and not going to reciprocate any love on my tower, man? Is that how life is right now? You just don't care about me? Okay, I can simply cannon and shut down the Ram Rider and take absolutely no damage from that for a +2 interaction. Ram Rider is one of those cards that is going to be played everywhere because it got boosted same level as everyone's tower in the arena. So a lot more people are going to be playing it on ladder. I think that if you don't save your cannon for your opponent's Ram Rider, you're going to have a miserable time. Like, I don't want to be cycling Ice Spirits on that all the time. Oh, he's going to P.E.K.K.A slow roll in the back. Wow. That's a bold play, man. The Ice Spirit's going to jump onto the P.E.K.K.A and the tower. I can Hog Rider on the other side. And I'm not going to go for Musketeer to snipe your Electro Wizard, but you're definitely dropped the Electro Wizard. Put Fireball on that, but I think it's a lot better for me to just go for a Musketeer, save my cannon for the Ram Rider, and defend with Skeletons and an Ice Golem. So the Ice Golem here should be able to kite and pull the Golden Knight. And then we're able to finish off the P.E.K.K.A with the cannon and also the Skeletons. Only thing that's a bit concerning for me is the fact that the Golden Knight... Oh, wait, the Golden Knight dashed onto the wrong thing. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he clicked the dash. He thought it was going to lock onto the cannon, and it locked onto like an individual skeleton in the left-hand side. So that was really good for me. I would say that this matchup is not necessarily going to be the easiest thing in the world, but if you're able to get a couple Hog Rider hits here and there, then you're able to probably Fireball cycle for the rest of the game. So that's what we're going to aim for. Also, outpacing every single time that our opponent doesn't have the Ram Rider in cycle. That's going to be our opportunity to really hit our stride and find our damage in the game. So I'm going to go for another Ice Golem here and follow up with a Hog Rider because we know that he's either going to go for a P.E.K.K.A or he's going to go for an Electro Wizard, or maybe them both together. In any event, he's not going to be able to shut down the entirety of the Hog Rider, especially if the Ice Spirit stuns him like that. That's going to be 2 Hog Rider hits, and that's a disastrous amount of damage. Just chilling there with my hands up in the air. I'm just like loving the situation, loving the vibes. And if you want to go in for a Golden Knight, that's completely okay, man. I can go for high Skeletons, and when you go in for the ability... Oh, wait, you did not go in for the ability when I thought you would. We're able to go and pull that back, and then you lightning me. Wow, the audacity of this one. You go in for so many abilities and spells to try to break through, but it wasn't enough.
It's not enough for...
I'm going to Hog Rider and go and kite the Golden Knight to the other side. Make sure it doesn't do any damage, while the Hog Rider counter pushes the left-hand lane, too. If we Fireball, I think the Hog Rider will give us a hit then. Not going to get stunned by the Electro Wizard in time. And we finish it off with any damage at all on our Electro Wizard. So, or not on the Electro Wizard, or on our Musketeer. Why did I think that we had an Electro Wizard too? I looked at my Musketeer and I gave her the worst title in the world. The Electro Wizard that always dies. I'm sorry, you deserve better in life. If that Barbaro hits me 2 times in a row, that would be insanely good for our opponent. That has happened way too much. So I'm going to go for another cannon. As you guys have already seen, this deck is just a powerful cycle. You're always able to get back to the cards that you need. And because he went in for a lightning, he's not going to be able to quickly afford a counter to this. So we're able to shut it down with the fireball, get that log on the tower, and secure the game. GG and well played. I think the hardest part of this game for me was deciphering between my own musketeer and our opponent's Electro Wizard. Doesn't matter, guys. We walk away with a dominant W. Even when your opponent plays Electro Wizard, P.E.K.K.A, and Ram Rider with Lightning, you're able to win as soon as your opponent makes one mistake, one slight slip up. You go in for a Hog Rider when they're a low amount of elixir, you take your damage and fireball cycle them out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing rest of your day.